Hey, Alpha fam. Welcome back to another episode of Alpha Commission. Today on Alpha Commission, I just wanted to have a special episode where I thank you for following along with me on my journey at Alpha Commission. The YouTube has been going incredibly successfully. I really only started that in order to have some group discussions with the Discord, which is a link in the description of the YouTube videos. Guys, we've been talking about the potential for a pullback all the way since the beginning of the market, where I warned that I had a theory that we would top at 70K and then we would have a market crash. Now, that was postulated by some sine wave cycles analysis, as well as the Fed's really bearish kind of language in terms of interest rates. And while the rest of the market really thought we were going to use that 60K platform up here to kind of pump to 100K to 200K, and even I really, really wanted that. Guys, I've been making videos ever since November warning you to get out of the market and to get out by 60K, where we did have confirmations of a downside. And when I did start making videos about the potential for us to not fall to 40K or to 30K, where some people thought that we were just going to use as a launch pad, just like the guys up at 60K, but that we would likely see crashes down to 25K, maybe even to 15K. And that just came true, right? So guys, let's take a look at some of that evidence as I thank you for participating with me on this journey. Because look at this, we have had almost 600 subscribers to the Alpha Commission channel, which I believe many of them were saved in this market where other people were talking super bullish and potentially getting them wrecked. We saved butts all the way down for the last year with over 3,970 public watch hours. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. Thank you so much for the love that you've given. As I've improved as a trader and as we've gone through the motions all the way down, battling the psychology step by step and still making money every step of the way. Guys, I have over 300 videos that I've made on my channel, and many of them are incredibly popular. But we do see that ever since the first video that I posted way back here a year ago, right, within those first couple sets of videos, you can see just how much we've gone through together. But even back then, I was warning the party is over, right? I was warning that some of these altcoins, they're not going to see $2, they're going to see 20 cents, right? Can Bitcoin really fall to 25K? Can Bitcoin really crash to 15 to 25K? 11 months ago, guys, that's what I was telling you. And I was using the sine wave analysis in order to do that. So, guys, we've been absolutely killing it over here at the Alpha Commission. We have been just protecting our capital so that this day could come. And what did I mention just 2 months ago, right? 2 months ago, November 9th. Check out what I had to say about the potential for the bottom of the market. There, just sort of like what we did here during the virus. In fact, it's right on track to be headed to that level, which would be 15,500. You catch that? I was saying, based upon my origin channels, these alpha origin channels that I set up, which are far more accurate than anybody else's origin channels that I've seen in the market regarding Bitcoin, we were able to target $15,500 precisely. And where did Bitcoin actually bottom in the market? 15,500. Now, it remains to be seen if we actually have a mid-cycle rally, and because we are on the negative side of a double top, right? This is the positive side. We are on the negative side of a double top. It is possible that we could make another low, but I would think that that would probably be the Pico bottom of the market if we did. Otherwise, maybe we just double bottom. Who knows? But guys, what you can see is that we've been protecting our capital ever since November, right? Ever since November, when we were looking at those first videos that I put out there. Look at 9 months ago, right? 11 months ago. And that would have been right when we were about to have this major crash. And then we also called here at the Alpha Commission on what was the date? November 9th. What was the date of this crash? Right here. November 10th was the day that we actually crashed, right? And so one day in advance, I was calling the bottom of the market there. And then what else did I call? Just look at this, November 10th. We literally were at 15,500 night at 9 p.m., guys, when we were down here. Somebody in the groups was asking me, what do they think about their shorting opportunity? And, I had to tell them, I said, I'm analyzing it. And to me, it looks like 15,500 was the local bottom. And so be careful. We can literally pump up to 17,500 to retest our breakdown of the previous range. And okay, so what you can see here is that as we've been trading, I've been employing very conservative policies in order to try to make sure that the Alpha Fam is very safe. We had warnings up here at the top of the market, and then we also had warnings not to short at the bottom of the market, as well as calls for the actual Pico bottom. And then even this pop up here to 18,000, right? I was saying 17,500, but we got to 18,000. And so that was just icing on the cake. And then, of course, we had a major pullback after that. And ever since then, of course, in the most recent videos, I have been telling you which coins had potential bullish levels that we could be crossing as we've made this just huge pump in the market, the likes of which we haven't seen since really almost a year ago. And to be honest, this is incredibly more intense than what you saw there. Why is this possible? Because everyone else was shorting, just like that guy, Il Capo, right? He's trending on Twitter right now because he told everyone to dump their bags at 15,500, right? He's the guy that a million people follow, and he was telling them to dump their bags at 15,500 while I was saying, you better not short, you better go long here, right? And then, of course, we had this bullish formation and we decided to get in a bunch of assets. And of course, they have just been paying off in dividends. And so, guys, Alpha Fam, I just want to give you that a hearty thank you for the support that you've shown me over the last year as I've just continued to grow as a trader. And, I would like to, by the next, bull cycle, I would like to get up to 1,000 members. I would like to pass this critical threshold of 4,000 hours. Of course, we already have hundreds and hundreds of videos on the website, but most of those are daily, right? You look at other YouTube channels, and basically you can rewatch the same video, at any time in the year or even 10 years from now. But of course, because I'm delivering timely information, for my channel, you can only watch it once, and then the next day it's a little bit less relevant, and then the next week it's not that relevant, right? And so, guys, channels like mine have a very difficult time getting off of the ground based upon um, the needs from YouTube in terms of public watch hours. And so I really want to thank you guys for really watching the channel. Even though we didn't reach the number of subscribers necessary to get the professional level of controls over this YouTube, we're more than halfway there. And if you guys could do anything to help me out to get to that 1,000 subscribers level, that would be really appreciated. I hope that I have helped some of you out in this journey. And of course, we did start November 7th, 2021, right? Right before the crash, right here, right? November, right here, right at the top of the market, where I started this channel so that we could warn people on the way down. And some of those videos I made were a little bit cheeky because there was some debate whether we were going to go down or not. And so yes, some people were saying that this or that altcoin would be a good investment, like a C pool, and that they were at good levels. And I was a little bit fighty. I was a little bit defensive back in those days. I was also very new at running a Discord. I was very worried about people getting wrecked. I didn't understand the people in this industry. Don't I don't trust necessarily devs. I don't trust exchanges. I don't trust everyone in this industry because we are all just kind of like we're all like cats going our own direction. And so it is sometimes difficult to understand who's a Do Kwon, right? Who's a Bankman fraud, right? And so, guys, we don't know the people around us necessarily if they're going to, in the long run, hurt us or help us. And so there is a lot of skepticism in this market. But I did get a feel for it over the last 2 years where I've been in the discords. And then in the last year during the bear market, I really have seen the best of this industry. Whereas when you're in a bull market, you can sometimes see the worst of the industry, the worst behaviors, but it's very difficult to parse it apart because everyone's a genius. Everyone has the best ideas in a bull market, but in a bear market, you start to see who are the real ones and who were just who were just there for the good times, right? And so, guys, I really do appreciate all of you who have followed along on this journey, and we're going to continue to make Alpha Commission just a better and better place. We're basically starting over on a new cycle. And I don't know if we have one more leg down on Bitcoin or not. Okay, that's going to be up to the Fed. It's going to be up to the recession. These are things that politicians control. They are not things that traders control, right? So you just do your best at trading. Okay, make sure to take your profits when we're at little resistance points like where we are right now in the market. You don't want to get wrecked just in case the politicians screw something up, which they often do, right? And so, guys, I did make a big picture video in the last episode. You may want to check that out just to get a snapshot of where I think that we are, the path that I think that we could be taking. And again, just really appreciate you guys. Having 4,000 hours of people watching your stuff, that's public watch hours. That's not easy to gather. And 600 subscribers, I feel very fortunate to have that kind of trust, where people have that trust in me. And then I think if we look at some of these other metrics, I believe the channel itself, in terms of just, not sitting down to watch a full hour, but I believe we have like 30,000 of those type of views and whatnot. So 30,000 views with a 4,000 hours watched and 600 subscribers. Just thank you from the bottom of my heart. I will continue to try to be better and better as I go along. I'll try to get better so that we can all help each other more and more. There is the group link in the description of this video. Please do join. Again, like we're at such low levels in the charts, not only for crypto, but also for stocks, that it's time to start sharing our tips. And even if we have another leg down, right, which it's always possible that there could be another leg down, and there could be hard times ahead of us if there is a deeper recession. So far, things look okay, but you never know. You may want that support, okay? You may want that support, and it's better to get that support at the bottom than at the top, because at the top, people are gonna get you to just lose your money, okay? At the bottom, people are gonna get you ready to grow your money, and that's a totally different scenario, right? So we have come down so much, it's time to be at least neutral and start to think about those bullish possibilities. Again, I was showing you the way at 15,500. I was showing you the way at 70,000 and at 60,000, and then every step of the journey down, where I've never said it was the possible bottom, except around here, around 20,000, and you can see we quickly have returned there. So again, that 25,000 to 15,000 was my initial projection from over a year ago. And could we go lower, like as low as 5,000 to 10,000? That's a hypothetical possibility. 10,000 to 14,000. That's actually a higher probability, okay? But it's not something that we should count on right now. And can we actually turn around? Well, there is the case to be made for a mid-cycle rally, even if we come down later on, or this could be a fake out where if the stock market decides to dump, then perhaps we could recheck our lows or make a little lower low and then try again for a mid-cycle rally. But one thing that we just want to understand is that if we do throw on our EMAs, right? We do have a positive cross on the weekly, which is what I was telling you guys down here, right? And we did get up to that 19,000 where it was a good place to take profit because we got rejected here, we got rejected here, we could have been rejected there, but if we had gotten above that level, then of course we can ride it perhaps even up to 22, perhaps even up to 25,000, where it's going to be much harder to break through that as as we go along. And so we should expect pullbacks at some point. We cannot just go straight vertical. Even back here, we didn't go straight vertical like this, except on this candle, and two of these virus dump candles. So there were only four weekly candles like this, basically, okay? Maybe four or five at most, out of all of that time, right? Out of all of that time. And we just did one right now. So guys, don't take it for granted. This is not the most common situation. There will be pullbacks. If you missed this candle, just understand this was a God candle, okay? Those things can kind of come out surprising, and you may not have been ready for it, and it's okay. I understand. We've been bearish for a year. I did try to give warnings at 15,500, and then again when we were at 16,500, and then again when we were at 18,000. I tried to give these warnings, but disbelief is sometimes very hard to break. And so if you missed this candle, please don't necessarily FOMO. Because again, you can see the size of this candle, and there's just very few weeks that we've ever exceeded a candle bigger than that. I can't see one on the chart except maybe right here. And so yeah, we could squeak out a little bit more, but there's a bigger chance of us having a pullback, right? Not necessarily a crash, maybe a crash, but not necessarily a crash. So just be very careful in terms of FOMO, okay, guys, because that's how they wreck you going up if you're a shorter, and they wreck you going down if you're a long in a long position. Just be very careful, guys. These levels, we just have to watch what's going to happen here, and whether or not we get a retracement over the weekend, and then how does the stock market open on Monday, as we did kind of, breach certain levels, which could suggest the potential for bullish squeeze on the stock market as well. Okay, and I'll make another video about the stock market if you're interested in that. I'll make that my next episode. But again, I just wanted to give a hearty thank you to all of you guys for joining me on this journey. Please leave, thumbs up at this point. Please. Share the link to this YouTube whenever you can, because we have been just dead accurate about the top of the market and about all of the bottoms of the market, all of the local bottoms, and potentially even the macro bottom. So if you would like to share that and have your friends and people benefit from that, as opposed from all of the toxic behavior on crypto Twitter and where they can just get wrecked on all sorts of things, we have had very conservative game plans. I have put you in coins that have been very respectable. Um, inside of the Discord, we've talked about coins that could have squeaked out, an extra 30%, extra 60%, sometimes even an extra 100%, and they're pretty safe assets. I don't try to get you into anything weird. Maybe every once in a while I'll talk about a little risky project just for fun, just for boredom, right? After talking about the basic stuff. But okay, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Been 20 minutes. And just again, thank you, guys. It's been a very hard year. We all deserved this pump. If you were able to make some money, congratulate yourself. Make sure to put a little bit in your pocket. Always be selling in a macro downtrend. Always be taking your profit. Put food on your table. You don't have to be loyal to these coins. They're not going to be loyal to you. Okay, and so be a don't be a perma bear, don't be a perma bull, just be a clever little alpha monkey, and we'll trade the chart as it is. Okay, that was your alpha for the day. Stay safe and happy trading.